All right, what's going on, boys? We got a trade recap today for Monday, May 18th. Monday, May 18th, trade recap. Um, as you know, on Evals now, trying to pass these things, I decided to scale up with Lucid. They're running a 50% off discount. And something pretty crazy happened today, which isn't really normal. So just pulling up Tradeify here. I have passed two of these accounts, and one of them got liquidated by $16. Copy trading three of them, having to execute through Tradeivate, and don't ask me how one of them got liquidated and two of them didn't, but two of them didn't get liquidated, and then ended up half passing two of them. So I have two accounts half passed. So we'll go over the trades here. I originally took a break even early on into the market open on all three accounts. They got break even here, which would have eventually played out if I didn't go break even, but trying to treat it as I would normally trade. And so we came up, got break even here after coming down and taking the internal low. And then so let me just mark this out real quick, and then we'll get into exactly what I saw. So getting into the bias for the morning, daily bias, this is what we looked like, if it'll load. This is what we looked like coming into the market open. Pre-market, we had displaced higher, wanting to see us just continue that after that strong hourly close. And then we had these 15-minute gaps, which were basically my conditions for the morning. If we held these 15 minutes and got bullish reactions up, I would have slapped on a long, targeting the buy side above. However, I said ideally we displace through them higher. However, if we displace through them and disrespect them, can potentially flip short bias. Remember, it's a no news Monday, so likely going to be a bit choppy. And that's what happened. Market opens 9:30, and the first 15-minute candle completely displaces through the 15-minute gaps, disrespecting them. So then I flip short biased because we have this sell side down here. If we come to the 1 hour, we have this prominent sell side, and then we have these internal swing lows within this range. So the first trade was off of this 15-minute candle close, inverting that 15-minute gap. I waited for a bit of a retrace on the next candle open, and it would have been about a 1-to-1 to that first internal low, which was my main target. We came up, gave a retrace, looked like I was maybe going to get stopped out. We then came back down, took the internal low here, and went break even at that internal low because that's the way that I trade. And then we got rejected again, and then eventually the market started to roll over, and it eventually made a displacement leg down, which leads me into the second trade. So the first one was break even here based off that 15-minute candle close, inverting the 15-minute gap. Because in my mind, if we want to go higher, bullish structure looked good coming to the market open. If we want to go higher to this buy setup here, we are going to hold this 15-minute gap. And once we disrespect it and get a good displacement candle through it, that tells me we're likely not going to go higher. So in all reality, with an eval, probably could have just not went break even, but it is what it is, which leads me to the second trade. We end up displacing lower, and we took the two internal draws on liquidity. We can see on the 5-minute chart, the 5-minute displacement looks good, like really, really good. And I had originally placed a limit order with a big stop loss within this 5-minute gap when this move initially happened, and it would have been for about a 1-to-1. I ended up canceling it though because I had realized, okay, we came down, the 15-minute candle then closed, and this 15-minute candle came down, kind of took these internal draws and kind of rejected harder, and we were already rebalancing to a 5-minute gap. So I was like, okay, if we rebound to the 5-minute gap, I'll just wait for bearish reactions from the 5-minute gap to let me know that we're actually going to continue this move, because it is a no news Monday, and this original move took a while to play out before we actually decided to dump. So I waited for reactions out of this 5-minute, and it technically should have gotten stopped out, and like this wasn't the best trade at all. Really only taking this because these are evals, which isn't really something that I'm proud of, I would say. Like, I should probably be trading, especially because I trade the evals pretty much risking the entire account, trying to half pass them, which I did on 2 accounts today. But if I'm risking that heavy on them, should probably really wait for a quote textbook setup. And in all reality, the limit order it really could have been a textbook setup, because the main draw on liquidity is this ultimate low down here. But I canceled it for the reasons I already said. Ended up going short here after we got some very mild bearish candles reacting out of this 5-minute gap. And we chopped around for forever. This was not fun to hold through. Chopped around for 45 minutes. Like I said, we came back up to the swing high, but the way that my contracts were risked, one of them got liquidated and 2 of them didn't. And we ended up coming down, and as you can see, if it was a normal trade, it wouldn't have hit take profit. It went down to my break-even point, but the beauty of risking this heavy, I say the beauty, but when you risk this heavy on evals, you're essentially risking your full $2,000 drawdown, and so you really only need a negative RR trade. What you need is a 0.75 risk to reward ratio if you're risking the full 2,000 to half pass it, which is $1,500. So we came down here and I took profits on the 2 remaining accounts after the first one got liquidated. So I did a good job of flipping my bias. In all reality, probably like this isn't like, I would never take this on a live account, and that's just the dilemma that you're put in when you're back to trading evals, right? It's like I want to be super aggressive and get back on these funded accounts that can actually make me money, but how do you balance that with taking like A+ trades? It's a give and a take. But tomorrow, Wednesday, if there's no trade tomorrow, then Wednesday, like these next few days, gonna be pretty aggressive, trying to half pass these and half pass these again, so which would be a full pass of these next 2 accounts, because I really honestly wanted to scale up with 3 accounts. And I bought 3 with Lucid, but one of them is gone. So like if I pass these accounts with just 2, then I'll just rock these 2 and trade them normally. And if they get blown, then I'll just buy 3 more accounts. I don't know. I will probably go back. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I might go back to Top Step if these get blown, because it's just so much easier executing all on one platform for me when you're copy trading. Maybe it's just because I'm new to the Tradeify. It's just a little bit different, something I got to get used to. But yeah, you can see one of them is blown, 2 of them passed. So if I pass these 2, then I'll just rock these 2 accounts and trade them normally. If not, then I'll buy 3 more evals. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, that's the market recap for me. A little bit of a confusing day in terms of my executions, but I thought I did a good job of reading the market, right? My condition was set. We inverse this 15-minute. I then flipped bearish, and we were bearish on the day. It's just a little bit of a lack of delivery because it is that no news Monday. So a lack of volatility. Really the only volatile move was really, I mean, you can say that first 15-minute, but this was really the only volatile move. and that was after I already got break even. So that's what I saw. That's the market recap for me. Appreciate you watching, man. And as you can tell, I got a little bit fancy. Put on this little banner here for my face cam. Hopefully it's not too annoying, and then I move my face cam up to the top right. So we'll see about that. Yeah, if you want to support me and you're looking for evals, code FST on Lucid Trading. They're running at 50% off. That's really why I decided to buy these Lucid accounts, because they were 50% off. So like, how could I not give Lucid a shot here? So super cheap accounts, $70 for a no activation fee, 50K, exact same rules as a Top Step 50K. So that's a steal. That's literally, you're just paying for an eval at that point, and then with no activation. Like, best deal, best prices right now. If you want to use Lucid, codes will be in the description below. Code FST if you want to support me. And then if you want to join the free Discord, that'll be the first link in the description below. But as of right now, working on getting these evals passed and getting back to a funded account. So a decent first step. I don't know how to feel about one of them getting liquidated and two of them getting passed, but it is what it is. I'm not going to trip about these evals too much, and just going to move on to tomorrow. So that's the market recap for me. Appreciate you watching, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace.